This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, good afternoon. This is our oral presentation. Members of the group include Craig Goffe, Kellyanne Williams-Harridon, and myself, Shanice Ellis. Starting with our introduction, our presentation will explore two key aspects of entrepreneurship. First, we will discuss the factors that influence entrepreneurship in Jamaica and globally, including socio-economic conditions, cultural influences, access to capital, government policies, and technological advancement. Understanding these elements is crucial for fostering a supportive entrepreneurial environment. We will also examine the role of entrepreneurship in driving economic development and creating employment opportunities. Entrepreneurs are essential for innovation and economic growth, generating new businesses and providing jobs. By encouraging entrepreneurial activities, we can stimulate economic growth and build a more resilient economy. We will hope to share how the entrepreneurial unit has shaped our business journey. This experience has helped us demonstrate commitment, aspiration, and accountability in our endeavors, emphasizing goal orientation and personal responsibility while identifying areas for growth and improvement.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll speak on how factors influence entrepreneurs in Jamaica and globally. Let's talk about Jamaica first. Now in Jamaica, you can see where it affects the government policy and supports, physical infrastructure and resources, cultural and social norms, economic conditions, accessing to funds, education and training, crime and security concern. Now let me go and elaborate on a few. Let us talk about the government policy and support. Now, initiative like Jamaica Business Development Corporation, that is the JBDC, and the Development Bank of Jamaica, it provides resources and funding. Now, our state minister in the industry in investment and commerce, that is Dr. Norman Dunn, well, he says that entrepreneur is the background of the Jamaican economy, and it represents the country's most important source of new employment. Now, according to the minister, entrepreneurs allowed for establishment of innovative companies, opening up new markets, improving productivity, and create wealth. The minister also go ahead and inform that government is committed to support the micro and small and medium enterprise sectors by putting numbers of initiatives in place. And we have been seeing this over the years, where there's a lot of changes within our government facility. Now we'll talk about like the physical infrastructure and resources. Now you know that there are limited access of resource like technology and infrastructures, right? And the cultural norm and social norms. We have the entrepreneur is highly valued in Jamaica culture, diversity culture, and attitude towards entrepreneurs. Where education and training is concerned, you know, there's limited entrepreneur in education and training program, both globally and in Jamaica. So the global access, right? The government within 2013 and later on coming up in the year, well, the network in teaching entrepreneurs supports a popular saying, teach a man to fish rather than to give him a fish and he will never be hungry again. An argument that benefits teaching young people how to launch and run business extended beyond the developing and the next generation of the world of changing entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurship and education and training in Jamaica has continued, and the discussion is among many interesting groups and experts, with some even predicting that this will directly impact our country's ability to achieve the goals set by the National Development Plan, which is the Vision 2030, especially in related to facilitating and enabling business environment. So education and training has no 32.3% of the experts in 2013. The national expert in surveys, they have been doing a lot of research and we have been seeing improvement. Now, the government has made sure that all schools, they have improved, where teachers have gone further in teaching entrepreneurship in school. So the Cape Entrepreneur is being offered in Jamaica since September 2014, and we have been improving a lot in Jamaica. Now, internationally, next slide, please. Next slide, Craig. In globally now, we realize that there is globalization, technical advance, economic trend and condition, also government policies and support, and accessing funding and investment, cultural and social norm, graphical changes, and educational training. So these are the factors which influence the globally. Where the globalization and trade, there's an increase in global connectivity and trade opportunity. Also, their demographic change, there's a shift in population, demographic, and customer needs. Where technical advancement, there's technical enable entrepreneur and innovation. And globally, they accept access to entrepreneurial in education and resources. So there's a lot of improvements and factors influencing entrepreneur, both Jamaica and globally. Next slide, please. Now we will talk about the role of the entrepreneur in fostering economic development and employment opportunities. The Nobel Peace Prize winning Muhammad Yamust, it cited that expressing the core of entrepreneurship has driven factors behind social and economic improvement. Now, entrepreneurship is the sparks that ignite innovation, create opportunity, and reshape the economic landscape in the complex web of global development. So from job creation to fostering innovation, entrepreneurs play a pivotal role in steering societies towards prosperity. Now let's explore a few of these visions, right? Entrepreneurs play a critical role in fostering these development by job creation, innovation, economic growth, increased productivity, poverty, diversity, government revenues, export opportunities, regional development, and the role model of mentorship. Let me explain about job creation. Entrepreneurs create new jobs and opportunity to reduce unemployment and stimulates growth, economic growth. So where the economic growth, entrepreneur ventures contributions to the GDP growth, increasing economic activity and prosperity. It's increased productivity where entrepreneurs opportunity optimize resources, improve productivity, and efficiency. Diversification. Entrepreneur explore new markets, industries, and sector, diversifies the economic and reduce dependence on traditional industries. Where government revenue, they also entrepreneur ventures and generate tax revenues, support public service and infrastructure development. Where role modeling now and mentorship, successful entrepreneur inspires and mentors others to foster a culture of entrepreneurship. Now, by fostering this entrepreneurship, government And the organization can encourage economic growth and development. They can create employment opportunity and reduce unemployment. They can also promote innovation and competitiveness, improve living standards, and reduce poverty. Now, entrepreneurship is the key driver to economic development, and and employment opportunity, and its promotion to initiative for building and prosperity and sustainable economic. Now, I just want to share with you a little about the entrepreneur and the engine of growth. So you see, entrepreneur creates job and it drives innovation, right? They also diversify the economic and reduces unemployment and boosts customer spending. They drive insufficient and competency, right? And diversity into exploring areas, fostering resilience against external shock. All right, I'll now hand over to Mr. Craig Goffe.
Thank you very much for that, Kellyanne. Now, let's jump right in. All right, so we were tasked with demonstrate a level of commitment, aspiration, and accountability in business endeavors. Right now, demonstrating aspiration, commitment, accountability in business endeavors is crucial for personal and organizational success. Here's how you can exemplify each. Commitment. You can exemplify commitment through consistency. Consistency is the maintaining the correct quality of work, the same meeting your deadlines on time, being efficient. The quality of work, you will need to be able to not only demonstrate this in terms of how you get the job done, but meeting the targets, meeting your deadlines, being able to be productive, and loyalty. You need to be able to you need to be able to be committed to be joining into what it is that you are doing. So whether this is a business, whether this is you're employed, or whether from an entrepreneurial standpoint, you need to be able to be 100% invested mentally, physically, emotionally into the business endeavor that you are pushing or you are going towards, and that in turn will demonstrate your commitment to the business. Aspiration. Now, in demonstrating aspiration, you need to be very good at exemplifying goal setting. Now, when you're thinking about goal setting, you need to always remember the acronym SMART. And every entrepreneur, every senior leader in business will tell you that. If your goal is not SMART, that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, it's not, your goal would just be too ambiguous, right? No, we need to be able to innovate, to push, to move for innovation, professional development, and under accountability, we need to be able to be transparent. Transparency deals with how well you interact, how well you are viewed, and your responsiveness to taking responsibility, and your openness to receiving feedback. Once you do these things, you will exemplify it. Now, speaking for myself as an operations manager at Nestle, you must consistently exemplify commitment by ensuring that each team member is supported and all efforts are aligned towards meeting the monthly sales targets with exceptional quality. Your aspiration is evident in the ambitious sales goals you set for your department, always pushing for innovative strategies and continuous improvement. You invest in your team's growth by providing training and fostering learning and development, creating that as a culture. Accountability is the cornerstone of your leadership. You maintain transparency, transparent communication, take responsibility for the outcomes, whether good or bad, and use feedback to redefine or refine your sales processes. Your dedication and visionary approach must inspire your team to achieve excellence and drive the company's success. Now, that's just from me as a manager, but let's look at entrepreneurs in the real world who have exemplified this. Now, when you talk about entrepreneurs, you can't leave out the Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of both Tesla and SpaceX. Now, he has demonstrated commitment to his companies and his goals by working long hours. Most persons will tell you that Elon works 18 hours a day and he's deeply involved in the company's operations. Right, aspiration. He set ambitious goals like colonizing Mars and advancing sustainable energy. Right, through Tesla, he set his goal for 2030, which is having an electric car for Tesla in every country, and he's pushing head first to get that done. Accountability, he takes responsibility for both successes and failures, addressing issues publicly and implementing changes. Now you can see this in when he took over Twitter, in where he took responsibility for that. When SpaceX had the issues with their rockets exploding, he came out publicly, acknowledged their faults, and moved forward to a brighter future. Now, looking at Reed Hastings, the founder of Netflix. Right, commitment. He pivoted Netflix from DVD rentals to a streaming giant, investing heavily in original content. Now, most persons will say, "Oh, they watch this movie," and then at the start of it, you'll see, "Hey, Netflix original." Right, his aspiration to transform the entertainment consumption model. You no longer have to go into rent a DVD. You're now able to pull your movies online, on your phone, on your tablet, anywhere you are. Accountability. He's transparently discussed the company's performance and success and setbacks. He publicly acknowledged the fact that when Netflix came out, they had a lot of run-ins. They did bad, and one of their setback was certain mergers that they did not go through with, which was primarily with Disney, which led to Disney branching off and starting Disney Plus. Now, for Starbucks, you have Mr. Howard Schultz. Now, most persons know that they drink a Starbucks. I drink a Starbucks almost every week. His commitment, he expanded Starbucks from a single store to a global coffee house chain, right? He was committed. He developed the quality, the aspiration for this. He created a third place between home and work for customers, meaning you're no longer, or home and school, you no longer have to go straight home. You can actually stop somewhere. You have a perfectly quiet work environment that you can utilize the online internet. Accountability. He took responsibility during 2008 financial crisis, making tough decisions to refocus on core values. And during that time when Starbucks was not doing well, he, in terms of accountability, took a massive pay cut in order to keep the business going, reduce this traveling, etc. Exhibit goal orientation and acceptance of personal responsibility in entrepreneurial endeavors. Now, we've spoken a lot about setting smart goals and setting strategic objectives. Now, we've looked at goal orientation. You have setting clear objectives like Jeff Bezos did with Amazon, setting a clear vision to become Earth's most customer-centric company. Jeff Bezos would have said, hey, he wants Amazon to be the best, not just for books, and he worked at it by demonstrating those, setting a